So you've been interested in fostering dogs, but have somehow convinced yourself that you're not able to. I want to talk about the 5 biggest misconceptions when it comes to fostering dogs. A dog that is fostered versus a dog in a shelter is 14 times more likely to get adopted. And as you probably know, shelters are completely over capacity all over the country. So the need for fosters is desperate. I also want to preface this by saying that I will be talking about the rescue that I work with specifically. Not all rescues operate the same. However, no matter where you are, there will be a rescue that fits your needs. Misconception number 1 is that you cannot afford it. Most rescues will cover 100% of costs. This means they will cover food. They will cover any medical expenses. They'll give you toys. They'll give you supplies. Other than transport to bring your dog to and from adoption events, you should not have to spend a single penny. Misconception number 2 is that you work in an office, so your foster dog will be alone for multiple hours throughout the day. I don't know when this idea that you have to work from home to have a dog started, but it is so incorrect. A dog being alone in your apartment, where it is warm, quiet, peaceful, will always be better than that dog staying in a chaotic and stressful shelter environment. It is totally okay for dogs to be alone. In fact, many would argue that it's even better for their decompression. Misconception number 3 is that your schedule doesn't allow for it. When you register to foster with Muddy Paws, every single month you'll put in your availability. Sometimes it is 1 week, sometimes it is 2 weeks, sometimes it is 6 months, and sometimes it is just a single weekend. Plenty of people, especially in New York City, have really busy schedules. A lot of rescue organizations are really willing to work with your schedule. I know so many people who only do temp fosters, which is like a night or two when their regular foster is on vacation or on a trip. There's also a misconception that you have to foster a dog until they get adopted. In a lot of cases, that person only has a finite amount of time available. Any time out of a shelter is better than no time at all. Misconception number 4 is that you're too inexperienced. As soon as you get a foster dog, Muddy Paws teams you up with something called a foster buddy. Foster buddy is a very experienced foster. They are your point contact for any questions that you have. You become a foster, you'll also be required to take an orientation, and they also have a 24-hour emergency line in case anything goes wrong. I say this all the time. I like to take particularly tough cases. Most dogs coming from a shelter are pretty low maintenance. They need food, they need love, and they need a warm place to sleep. Misconception number 5 is that you don't have enough room. I live in a studio apartment in New York City, which is arguably the worst environment for a stressed out dog to come and decompress, and I still make it work. It involves moving pieces of furniture around. It involves being creative. But if I can do it, you can definitely do it. Dogs do not need huge, beautiful mansions. You are committed to loving this dog. They will thrive.